things I want to touch on, we may not get them until the fun half, but I just want to flag them for people. One is that on this program for years, we have been talking about a dynamic that has been thoroughly researched by a guy named Bill Lazonick, William Lazonick. He works at he's a professor at UMass business. I don't know if it's at the business school or he's a business professor of business at the UMass University of Massachusetts. And over the years, Lazonick has come on this program. We're probably overdue to have him back on. But if you go back and search our archives, two dynamics he has talked about for a long time. That is stock buybacks and the implications of those, how they mix with a change in the tax code. Both these things happened during the Reagan administration, where capital gains were lowered significantly and companies were incentivized to give payment to their CEOs and board of directors and maybe other people of their C-suite to provide compensation in the form of stock options. Simultaneously, and better for the recipients of those because there's a tax benefit to getting paid in stocks versus actual wage labor or labor wages. And then the ability of corporations to buy back their own stocks. As of 35 years ago, doing that was illegal. It was considered stock manipulation. After Reagan's first term, that was no longer the case. So the dynamic here is you've now incentivized CEOs, C-suite folks, board of directors, not to necessarily improve their company, to develop a 5-year long-term plan, to broaden their markets, to develop new products, to have a stable workforce. You have incentivized them only to have increases in the value of the stock. And there are a lot of ways of doing that without doing the things I just listed. One of them that's highly efficient is to simply buy back the stocks because it raises the value of those stocks. And there's a story out today that says that is exactly what the tax cuts promoted. And it is stunning. When we talk about income inequality, we talk about just extracting value out of companies. This is an incredible way in which to do that. And then, of course, the people who really suffer are ultimately the people who work for those companies and the communities in which those companies are located.